Tom, thanks for your time. Saturday's going to be a poignant occasion given it's the first game since Rob Burrow's passing, but for you in particular, having played alongside him at Leeds Rhinos, how will it be for you?
Yeah, it'd probably be emotional. Obviously, like you say, the first game that Leeds have played as well, and to have played alongside him and have so many great memories, it'll be a different sort of feeling around the place. Obviously, very sad news hearing about Rob over the last weekend, but to see what he did and the strength that he had to face MND, it was just inspirational, and one that you probably wouldn't expect any other from a man like Rob.
What was it like playing alongside him?
It was special. Obviously, all this brought to light how special of a player he was, and how good he was. He can create anything from nothing. You've seen some of the tries he scored, and the nice thing about his passing has been all the memories that have come out. You know, the video clips over social media and getting to see the best of what Rob Burrow was about.
You mentioned that. What are your favourite memories with Rob?
Although I wasn't there, there's obviously the grand final try, breaking down the middle and going in under the sticks. But no, it was a fun bloke to be around, in the changing rooms, away from training. Just a top bloke, made you laugh, loved practical jokes around the place, always in amongst it all. So yeah, some fond memories of playing alongside Rob, both on and off the field.
And you played in his last ever game for Leeds Rhinos, that 2017 Super League final. What does that mean to you to have done that?
Yeah, I keep using the word special, but obviously with what's happened, it makes it even more so to be part of the team that was able to send him off on the best foot. Was nice, and something that I'll probably treasure for the rest of my life. Those memories, you know, celebrating in and around the changing rooms after, and you know, the following days.
You've spoken about how special Rob was as a player. What did you learn from him as a person?
He was a very humble guy, very family orientated, loved being around his kids, his family. You know, he'd get off from training and go straight home to his kids, and just being that loving guy, but being able to switch it on the field as well, which is hard to do. Only the best players, I believe, are able to go from one to the other, and he definitely had that.
And you'll of course want Hull FC to win, but how much do you hope the spectacle of the game can be a fitting tribute to him?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. You know, hopefully we can put on a good show and have an entertaining game. It'd be nice to see some special tries to try and emulate what Rob brought to the game, but yeah, hopefully it's a fitting game for Rob.
Looking at your former club, Leeds Rhinos, what do you make of them at the moment? Just brought in a new sporting director, Rowan Smith's coming under what seems like constant fire at the moment. So what do you make of what's going on there at present?
Yeah, well, when you're not winning, that happens. But they're full of superstars, you know. They can attack from anywhere, and as you've seen, they're scoring some cracking tries. So we know we've got to expect that. They're going to throw the ball about. They've got, you know, Lasoni and Mikolai coming straight down the middle. So we've got to be on and expecting anything. You know, they're starting the season with the short kickoffs and trick plays. They've got the full bag, and when it comes off, it's entertaining and exciting. So we just need to do our job and try to nullify that.
Why do you think they may be quite inconsistent at the moment in terms of performances?
Well, if anyone could answer that question, get them in here. But no, it's hard to to maintain that consistency. Some weeks you're on and the ball bounces for you, and then other weeks it goes against you. But the style of rugby they play, you've got to, I suppose, accept the rough with the smooth.
Looking at your own side, where do you feel you're at after the break for the Challenge Cup final?
Yeah, we had a good week last week, a tough week. Just trying to obviously maintain a positive feel around the place and try to improve in a lot of areas. We were right in the game at Huddersfield. A few unfortunate bounces of the ball and some errors in our team that go either way, and the score's different. So we just need to keep building on that, taking that energy and that fight and desire, and try and you know, get the win.
Felt like last time out at Huddersfield, finishing off those attacking sets was the sticking point, and the game could have been a lot different had you been able to do so. How do you become more ruthless when going forward offensively?
Just sticking to the way we play. You know what Grixie has put in place. All the analysts have done their homework and put together the game plan. We just need to execute that. You mentioned the end of the sets. That was a big thing from the last game. They nailed theirs and probably gave us a bit too much to do in the end. We came home strong, but it was too much to do too late. So if we can nail that start of the game and finish with some positive ends to sets, it'll set us up in a good position to attack from and hopefully get some points on the board.
And how much are you looking forward to making amends following that display at Huddersfield as well, personally?
Yeah, I think everyone's in the same boat. Obviously, coming up against your former club adds a bit more spice to it. But no, for me, I just want to see us back to just grinding out a performance, sticking with it for 80 minutes, doing the little things that probably go unseen to a lot of people, and just, like the word grinding it, just getting in the game and being in it right into the 80th minute.
First home game for the club in 6 weeks, also your first home game since rejoining. Does that feel a bit strange that all your games since returning to the club have been away from home?
Yeah, it is a strange one. When I first came, I think I did the press and then I went to the stadium, and it was a funny moment to go back there as a Hull player again, and I haven't been back since. So it'll be nice to run back out at home, you know, in front of hopefully a packed crowd against the former club.
New surface has been laid there as well, but being back at home, how much of a difference could that make?
Yeah, obviously the fans and the support at home from my time at the club has been amazing. Hopefully we can bring that and put in a good performance. We spoke about doing it for Rob, but obviously we've got our own fans that are dying for a win, as long with all the players. So yeah, we'll be doing everything we can to put in a solid performance and get the 2 points.
Tom, thanks for that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Watching from afar, obviously Hull were getting beat quite heavily at the start of the year, but since you've come to the club, the results have been a lot better. Have you felt that improvement? Obviously now you're in the squad compared to when you're watching, you know, on TV earlier in the year.
Yeah, obviously from outside you see the blowout scores getting to 50 and 60 points. It's bad reading, but no, like you say, I'm not saying it's down to me coming to the club, but it's a combination of things where we needed to stem that flow, and like you say, I think over the last few weeks we've been able to do that. We've got ourselves in games which are all small things that you need, just about building confidence within the game, and the point at where the club was at, that you need to take anything and build confidence from whatever you can take. So yeah, it's I say pleasing, but it's pleasing from where we were at the start of the season to see a bit of progress, get back into games and just try and compete.
Has that change been felt throughout the whole club? Obviously, you was at the start of that, weren't you? But there's obviously been players that have come in on loan, players that have been brought in for next year as well, obviously players that have been let go. So been a lot of change, hasn't there? But it seems to be positive, and also, I mean, Brad Fash said 2 weeks ago it's all spoken in a positive light, so that must bode well for the squad going forward.
Yeah, it does. Like you say, the future is looking good. It's positive. There's a buzz about the place. It's now up to us who are in the squad for this year to build on that and finish the season well. We want to go into the off season on a positive note. Yeah, there's things to look forward to, but we need to have some building blocks within the squad. There's going to be a lot of change, but there'll be a core group of players still at the club from this season that need to learn some lessons, probably some tough lessons from this season, but that'll only build good habits for next season and give us something to go off in pre-season.
So looking ahead to this year now, so there's still 14 games left. I think it's the halfway stage this weekend, so I suppose get a few wins, is that the goal? Just win as many games as you can going into next year?
Definitely, yeah. Obviously it's all about winning at the minute. We're struggling for that, but I mentioned the word confidence. I think as soon as we get a win and get that monkey off his backs, then hopefully the performances and consistency and get a few more wins, and like you say, just try and get a few towards the end of the year, and try and have, like I say, a positive and confident finish to the season.
So 2 young players have signed new deals recently. Lewis Martin got announced last night, Harvey Brown a couple of weeks ago. What's your role been like with them 2 young players since you returned to the club? Yeah,
no, it's great for the club. Obviously 2 local lads, and to get them signed up is great. The great prospects, and obviously being in the same position, just trying to coach them. You know, if anything breaks down in training, and I feel like I can add a bit to them to give them some tips, or if they're doing something right and well, just obviously patting them on the back and I suppose using my experience to try and bring them on, both in confidence and a technical aspect, really.
Going back to last time we spoke to you, obviously you had your testing with the female players, and obviously the Challenge Cup profile of the women's game this weekend. I'm guessing, you know, it's great from your point of view to see those strides and, you know, see people like Jodie Cunningham showing that light. I mean, her stats were freakish, weren't they? I think it was like 30 carries, 350 metres. So I suppose the question there is the women's game, the growth, it must be good for you to see with what you're doing. Yeah,
it's massive. Like you say, to have the women's game and see some of their stats. I did see Jodie's, and she thankfully came down to the testing day as well, so that was great. But if we wanting to grow the game and see that constantly improving, we need to introduce some better standards, maybe into the youth game as well, to see all the talent there. I mean, we had, I think, nearly 100 girls come through over the weekend that we did the testing, which were amazing. Some great physical athletes in there, and we took them for a bit of a skills session after, and you know, the skills were on point, so it's good to see that what the future may look like, the girls there. So yeah, it was a real positive weekend for me personally to get what I needed for my PhD, but in a broader sense for the RFL to see what talent is out there.
Spot on. Cheers, Tom.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Ta.